people and events that leave a lasting impact on our lives and the lives of others. They inspire us and they connect us, and they make us proud. They are our hometown heroes, here on Hometown Heroes.
Hello, we're Mecca, Aria, Riley, and Clara, and we are all a part of Bayfield Guiding.
This is the story of Cela and Fred Sloman and the years they spent offering knowledge and civilization to people living in the remote areas of northern Ontario.
Fred Sloman was hired for a 6-month cooperative pilot project between the Ontario Department of Education, Canadian National Railway, and Canadian Pacific Railway. He had backwoods one-room school teaching experience and shared a dream of bringing education to the children of railroad workers, trappers, miners, loggers, hunters, and indigenous people. The plan was to have a rail car outfitted as a classroom, with a living quarters for the teacher and his family. The school car would go from remote location to location, parking for 3 to 6 days every month. Freight trains were used to move the school car along its route.
Childhood sweethearts, both hailing from Clinton, Ontario, Cela and Fred had only been married 3 years when they embarked on this adventure of education. Cela had taught kindergarten in Toronto before she was married.
The Slomans lived aboard school car number 1 starting in 1926. On the first day of teaching, the Union Jack was hoisted on a flagpole at the back of the car. The flag raising came to signify the start of the school day, and they were all welcome to come and learn. For the next 39 years, the Slomans would travel the 148 miles between Cape Riol and Folliet as a 6-month trial turned into a lifelong career. Fred taught grade 1 through to grade 13 as well as a business course.
Celia became the gracious hostess to the far north people. She served 1,000 cups of coffee and baked millions of cookies. She was a friend to the lonely women in the North Country. We didn't know why there were so many people in the bush, Celia said. They seemed to come out of nowhere.
Their students were dedicated pupils. They traveled on skis, snowshoes, and dog sled, rode on hand cars, walked on foot, and paddled in canoes to make it to class, some trekking as far as 20 miles to reach the school car. Every night when the school car visited, the students would be assigned at least an hour and a half of homework. And then Fred would assign lots of work to keep them occupied between monthly visits.
It wasn't just children who benefited from the visit. Men who were unable to read or write would come to the car for instructions in the evening. The couple also taught recent immigrants about the Canadian way of life and the government. Cela helped the woman by writing letters and sending catalog shopping orders. She taught sewing and dressmaking and shared her knowledge about hygiene and childcare. The Slomans had bingo and crokinole tournaments and played movies powering the projector with the battery from Fred's Model A Ford. The school car also lent as many as 1,000 books.
The first school car measured 52 feet, with the classroom area being 22 feet. A kitchen, bathroom, and combined bedroom and living room made up the rest. This car proved too small for their growing family. The Slomans began their adventure with one child, Joan. She was eventually joined by sisters Elizabeth and Margaret. The twins, Frida, known as Toby, and William were born in 1938. The Slomans were provided with a new car in 1940 that measured 80 feet long. This car became known as a School on Wheels number 15089.
The family kept a small menagerie with them. They always had a cat, and over the years they also had 2 dogs and rescued animals, including a crow, a fox, and a skunk.
The school car program ended in 1967. Fred Sloman, who had retired in 1965, stayed on for the last 2 years to ensure every one of his students achieved grade 6. Over 1,000 students were taught in the school car during his nearly 4 decades of teaching. They served Ukrainian, Polish, Spanish, Scandinavian, German, English, Italian, and Indigenous children.
Upon retirement, they returned to Clinton, moving into Fred's childhood home. the place where the Holt family had summered during their school car days. Just 2 years into retirement, Fred suffered a stroke and was confined to a wheelchair. He died in 1973 at the age of 78. In 1984, Cela received the Order of Canada for her years of service on the school corps. She died in 1989. She was 92.
Over the years, the family lost track of school car number 15089. In the spring of 1982, they were contacted by a former student who is now an official with CN and learned that the school car was up for sale. Cela and daughter Margaret began the new adventure of bringing the school on wheels to Clinton. It took some fundraising, Cela and Margaret's determination, and the support of the community eager to bring the school car to Clinton. In autumn of 1982, it came to rest on ties and railbed prepared especially for its arrival in the newly named Sloman Memorial Park, located at 76 Victoria Terrace, a 2-acre property on the edge of Bayfield River.
When the school car was found, it had been ravaged by both vandalism and fire, and for the most part, only its bathtub stove and symbolic flagpole remained intact. Over the years, it has been lovingly restored and is now open in the summer months for tours, welcoming curious school children and their families just as it did nearly 100 years ago.
This story and many others are a part of our past, and the actions of the people of Huron County make us hometown proud.